Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Andrew from the Blockchain Writer, and today I'm going to talk to you about 10 tips for how you can start getting paid to write about cryptocurrency. So earlier this year, I started my blog, Bounty Base. I just needed somewhere to kind of put all of this energy that I had from, all the information that I was learning about cryptocurrency, all the news that I was getting. I think my girlfriend was pretty sick of hearing me talk about it. So, she was actually the one that suggested, why don't you start a blog so you can talk to people who might be more interested than I am about cryptocurrency. So that's what I did, and I started Bounty Base. I didn't know that it would lead me to getting, 50 plus clients and $10,000 in 2 months. I'm very fortunate, very blessed to have those opportunities. And I wanted to thank my readers who have made that possible. You guys are awesome. Anyway, I've had some success, obviously, starting out, and so I wanted to share that with the rest of you, and hopefully, if you're interested, help you replicate that success. Yeah. So during my first month, I was posting every day, a few times a day, and I was just trying to capitalize on any new trend that I saw. I would go over to LinkedIn, for example, and if I saw news on that platform that wasn't available on other platforms, I would write an article summarizing that news and maybe tie it into a couple other stories, and then I would bring it to my own blog. And that had a lot of success, putting out stories that are kind of groundbreaking news stories that people want to hear, that they haven't seen before. That's where you're going to get a lot of your eyeballs from when you start dropping your articles in places like Facebook or Reddit or wherever it is that you will promote your blog on. Getting new information out there will be one of the biggest driving factors of growth to your blog. Okay, so tip number one, it's kind of obvious. It almost goes without saying, but start a blog. There are a lot of really cool free places that you can start a blog right now on the internet. Medium.com is an excellent place. I recommend Medium.com for anyone that's just starting out. It's super easy to enhance the graphics, the visualization of your blog. You can get free pictures, so you don't have to worry about copywriting and all that stuff. You could just write, and the way that Medium displays the text is just beautiful. So all you have to do is write, and leave the rest to Medium. So start a blog. Steam is another good place to start a blog. That is a blockchain blog. So maybe I should be promoting them over Medium, but I love Medium, so I can't turn my shoulder from them. But Steemit, yeah, Steemit is another place that you can start your blog, and you can actually monetize your blog posts on Steemit. So if you have 1,000 people that like your blog post, then you are going to get compensated for it, which is really cool. It's a big theme with blockchain, obviously, getting rid of the bottlenecks, the middle kind of people in the platform who are getting compensated instead of you for the work that you produce. So number one, start a blog. Okay, number two, follow other writers. So you want to be following to see what other work they're doing, where they're going, what events they're attending, just to see what kind of industry trends they're talking about on social media. I try to follow new writers all the time and just see what they're posting about. Just getting to know the industry from that perspective is really important. Getting to know the industry as a writer is really important. So yeah, go out there and follow other bloggers, other writers. Number three, read a lot. In addition to number two, following other bloggers, you have to actually read what they're putting out. On any given day, I probably read 15 to 20 different articles, maybe even more, depending on how much I'm writing, how much free time I have. I have, off days that I have. If the rare off day that I do get, I go on to, all the major coin sites. I go on to, Google News, and I'll type in, different coins that I'm interested in, and I'll get information that way. But just continue reading what other bloggers are writing about. Write a lot. Number four, just write a lot. Write as much as you can. I mean, don't burn yourself out by any means, but you have to be writing every day. Write as much as you can without starting to hate it. Once you start to hate it, then it's not fun anymore. But write as much as you can. When I first started writing, I was writing about 1,500 words, 2,000 words a day, just for my blog. You don't have to do that. This isn't a step-by-step kind of blueprint exactly what you have to do. Everyone's different. But yeah, I was writing about 1,500 words per day when I first started out, and that was a lot. It took a lot of energy out of me. Like I said, I still had a full-time job then, but just write, just keep writing. So number 5, build your qualifications. So when you write an article, send it out to other places. Send it out to blockchain magazines. Send it to Cointelegraph. Send it to the New York Times. Send it out to other people. You want to start kind of small and be reasonable about your work, but send it out to other publications that are going to then in turn put it on their site, because that will help you build qualifications for yourself. When someone asks you where have you been published before, you can have a response to that, as opposed to saying, well, I haven't been published. There are a lot of smaller publications who love getting news stories about crypto, and just being associated with them or just saying that you published on those sites could be very helpful in terms of building your rapport with the client. Number 6, build your network. The single most important thing that you could possibly do as a writer is build your network, because that's where your clients are going to be coming from, more than likely. I went on LinkedIn every single day for the first 2 months or so, and every day I would go on. I would add new people. I would search blockchain writers or ICO executives or whatever the case was, and I would just add new people, and I would just see who is interested, who needs a writer for their blockchain program, for their blockchain company, for their tech product, whatever it was. I understood who I was writing for. I was writing for executives. I still am writing for executives of blockchain tech companies, and I would just go out, and once I found that person, I would target them, and I would say, do you need a writer? This is what I'm interested in. These are my writing samples. So just continue building your network as much as you can. In about 2 months, I amassed over 2,500, 2,600 different contacts on LinkedIn, who in turn became the 50 clients that I had. They're all from LinkedIn, just about. I think maybe 1 or 2 are from Medium, but most of them were from LinkedIn, the network that I built out on that website. So utilize that. So number 7, define your target audience. I realize that should probably be number 6. You should definitely define who you are seeking to target, who your target audience is, and then go out and search for those people. Not the reverse. It would probably waste some time doing that. So number 7 should be number 6, but it's really number 7. Defining your target. So are you pitching to company executives? Are you pitching to tech company executives, blockchain companies? Are you pitching to investors, people who are just entering into the blockchain market? You have to really define who those people are, so that you know who to search for on websites like LinkedIn in order to build your network. Number 8, build your price packages. So before you start going out to pitch people, you need to have well-defined how much am I going to charge. You can do this a few ways. You could set a amount per word. Of course, this is going to advance more as you get more clients. But yeah, you could start out with an amount per word. I think that when you're first starting out, 7 cents per word is pretty fair. 10 cents per word is pretty fair. That's go for those numbers. Don't sell yourself short by any means. I think that's one thing that I would go, if I can go back and change anything. No regrets, obviously, but one thing I would change is that I think I undersold myself a little bit at the beginning, and I priced myself too low. So yeah, don't sell yourself short, but build your price packages. Number 9, make sure everything is polished. So before you go out and pitch to people, you need to put everything that you write through an absolute scrutinization. You need to analyze everything from where the commas are to periods to everything, the capitalizations, which words you're italicizing, which words you decide to bold, what your headlines are. Oh gosh, I didn't even talk about headlines. We'll say that for a different post. But you have to make sure everything is totally polished before you put something out there. One platform that I love using before I send anything out there, I put it through Grammarly. Just go to Grammarly.com, and they have the best punctuation and spell check editor in the entire world. This isn't a promotion for Grammarly, although it probably sounds like one. But I have the paid version of it, and before I do anything, I put it through Grammarly, and that gives me a ton of tips. Yeah, because there's nothing worse than I can't stand to see the side of it is just getting an email saying, can you fix this spelling mistake? Can you fix that spelling mistake? Simple mistakes that editors will catch that drive me up a wall, and it definitely drives some of them up a wall, some more than others. Some people definitely have a lot more patience for that kind of stuff than other people. But some editors get really upset about mistakes, so just make sure you polish everything before you send it out. All right, number 10, last but not least, build your pitch. So you don't want to sound, overly solicitous when you're doing this. You want to sound very personal. I usually start my pitches with someone's name. Hi Andrew. And then I'll go into qualifications. Hi Andrew, I'm a top writer on Medium. I've had over 11,000 views this month, and my clients include whoever, XY, and I just wanted to see if you needed help with any upcoming writing projects. Thanks, let me know. Keep it short. We're talking 2 paragraphs. We're talking less than 100 words, or 100 words max. We're talking really short, simple, personal, and not overly pitchy. You want to do everything possible to make your pitch not sound like it's an actual pitch. And then you can put the person's name at the start of it. It sounds very personal. And then send it out to them. You can send it out to as many people as you want. In the first 2 months alone, I sent my pitch out to probably 2,000 people, about 1,000 people per month, and I've had success. I probably had 10% return on the amount of pitches I put out. So polish your pitch, make sure it's tight. All right, thanks for checking the video out. Please check out my website, bountybase.com or theblockchainwriter.com. If you go to the Blockchain Writer, you can see some more of my samples. You can see what kind of services I offer. Need anything, just let me know. Here for you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Thanks for coming by.